The sirens wailed as Officer Daniels slammed the black man against the hood of his car. "Keep your hands where I can see them," he barked. The man didn't resist. He just looked calm. Too calm. Rain poured down, gliding off his suit as he said quietly, "You really don't want to do this." Daniels scoffed. "Oh, I really do." But minutes later, he'd wish he'd listened. Officer Daniels had been on the force for 12 years. He told himself he wasn't racist, just cautious. But deep down, he'd already decided who looked like trouble. So when he saw a well-dressed black man in a black SUV parked outside a jewelry store, his instinct screamed suspicious. He didn't ask questions. He just acted. "License and registration," he shouted, hand already resting on his gun. The man inside rolled down his window slowly, eyes steady. "Of course, officer," he said, his voice calm but cold. But when Daniel saw the badge on the dashboard, he froze for a split second, then ignored it. He convinced himself it was fake, because in his mind, people like him didn't carry badges. They carried excuses. The situation escalated fast. Daniels yanked the man out of the car, pressing his face against the hood. "Got anything on you? Drugs? Weapons?" The man sighed. "Yes," he said quietly. "A weapon." Daniels smirked. "Of course you do." He reached for the man's jacket and found a holstered firearm with a federal seal. Before Daniels could react, two black SUVs screeched up beside them. Men in suits jumped out, shouting, "FBI! Hands where we can see them!" Daniels blinked, confused. Wait, he's the suspect. But the agents didn't move toward the man. They moved toward him. Because in that moment, Officer Daniels had no idea. He'd just assaulted one of their own. The man stood tall, brushing the rain off his suit. Agent Marcus Cole, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Daniels' jaw dropped. The agents cuffed him right there on the street, reciting his own Miranda rights back to him. "Anything you say can and will be used against you." Marcus looked at him, not with anger, but disappointment. "You didn't see a man tonight. You saw a threat." Daniel swallowed hard, realizing the truth too late. The real criminal wasn't in front of him. It was inside him all along. Weeks later, Daniel sat in a mandatory bias training program, hands folded, eyes down. Every video, every story, every face reminded him of that night. He'd always thought racism wore hoods and shouted slurs, but sometimes it wore a badge and said, "Just doing my job." When the session ended, Marcus walked in, this time as the guest speaker. He looked around the room, his eyes landing on Daniels. "I'm not here for revenge," Marcus said calmly. "I'm here so none of you make the same mistake I almost paid for." Daniels' chest tightened. For the first time, he saw the man he'd hurt not as a suspect, but as a mirror. And as Marcus left the stage, his final words lingered. Justice isn't about power, it's about perspective.